So I think both combined. The domestic pressure also stems from the fact that India's megalomania was shattered in the recent May conflict, particularly their technology and all their claims that they are now the emerging so-called major power of the region. So that was shattered in just a matter of a few hours. No, they have to recover from that because either they recover from that or they totally disintegrate. Because that is the only way they think they can survive. So therefore, now you see the increased cacophony of all kind of statements coming from everyone who's anyone in India. Yes, but right from the day we celebrated May, uh, I, since then I am very sure that India will retaliate and not retaliate, but it's going to come back in a very strong way. The recent reference to Sir Creek, because till now we didn't talk of anything in sea, around sea. So that is where I think they think that they can create an issue. There's an issue, all right, between Pakistan and India, which stems from the fact that Pakistan's exclusive economic zone, which extends to about 200 nautical miles inside the sea, and Pakistan's sea frontiers are about 12 nautical miles from the coastlines. So this is a kind of a issue between the two countries because they both have a different uh, explanation to this definition of international definition. So they have definitely have a problem, and they are trying to create an issue towards south. And they have had exercise also there, if you recall recently. So therefore, they are preparing for it, and as the luck would have it, the weather also is what you call a campaigning season. How they come about it, one of their statements was that we go deep in Pakistan and work backwards towards the borders. That means they plan to strike deep into Pakistan, or they think they can do that. If you recall, our DGSPR a few weeks back had made a very clear statement that this time Pakistan will not restrict itself to military targets. Pakistan will hit India where it hurts India the most. That's this economic hub, which is in the south. Obviously, I think our people should already be at work in this regard. If they're not, they should, I think, take a hint from what you said. And we have to go to the world and tell them that the last time around, Pakistan restricted itself, would have inflicted much more damage, but then Pakistan refrained from it deliberately, intentionally, to let the world know that we have the capability and the will, and combined with our people's strength, public's support to the armed forces, Pakistan has what it takes to sort out India. And I mean, somebody yesterday was referring that they should be referred to psychiatrists. I think Pakistan is the best psychiatrist for India. Yeah, this could be one explanation. All right. I mean, pretty reasonable and logical because suddenly you find Pakistan at the center of everything which is going around the world. And I have maintained all along that Pakistan, because of whatever Pakistan is, in a number of different ways, is the gateway into this region. And if Pakistan doesn't allow no power on this earth, uh, inshallah, can enter or leave the region without Pakistan's support. And now in the Middle East, you find that suddenly the Middle East also has realized that while Pakistan was at some one point their main attraction, Pakistan continues to be a country which still and hopefully, inshallah, is going to continue to become ever more powerful to be effective wherever needed. I mean, we'd had a number of dialogues. The best was when we came up with the composite dialogue concept, and Pakistan tried its very best to arrive at certain workable solutions to different issues, starting with those which really don't create so much of information. Therefore, Pakistan has always tried, and Pakistan continues to do so. It is India which always thought itself to be a power and they thought that Pakistan should kneel down and accept whatever India says. That is not going to happen. And if this kind of attitude doesn't change, I'm afraid peace in this region is going to be an illusion, which it usually is. No, they have to consider this for a number of reasons. One is that when you arrive at a defense pact of this magnitude, it has international implications. One and the basics is that both countries have come to this agreement, basically, that who is their enemy. If that definition holds true, then uh, India has a very serious Saudi Arabia problem because Saudi Arabia's investment in India, if it slows down, already slowing down Indian economy is going to come to almost a standstill. Then there are a lot of Indians working in Saudi Arabia, and if they are, even if half of them are expelled, India will have a problem. So India has to listen to Saudi Arabia. India has to listen to our friends in the Middle East, Qatar, UAE, because their investment and their clout, financial clout and otherwise, is so strong that India has to listen to them. I mean, if you look at it, we are already at war with India. Operation so-called Sindoor is already on because Indian-backed, Israeli-backed terrorists are already at work in Pakistan to create, what they thought was could, a situation where Pakistan could implode from within. So that is the kind of operation which is already on. Hopefully, we understand that, and I know that we are at work trying to, sort these things out. Add to it the Indian technological superiority. Don't forget that India has the edge in technology, but when it comes to its employment and coupled with the courage and the will to use it, that is where India and Pakistan differ. Pakistan, despite its numerical inferiority, has always been a very, very dynamic armed forces, Navy, Air Force, and land forces. And therefore, we continue to upgrade ourselves to a level. What we witnessed on the night of 10th and 11th, I believe, and I have a strong backing, I can back at that with my figures, that Pakistan has not used about 10 to 15% of what it's capable of doing. So therefore, notwithstanding the Indian numerical superiority, notwithstanding the India's uh, large arsenal of technologically superior, what we call the weapon systems like S-400 and Rafale, Pakistan has developed concepts and continues to improve on them to deal with this kind of in numerical superiority. I mean, Vikrant is like a, sorry, Vikrant is just a platform, carries aircraft. It can, you know, that's all that it is. Combined with Vikrant, there are a lot of other ships, support ships. Vikrant can't move alone. There is one very great handicap. And number two, such flotilla as India has developed is a blue water navy. What they want to, show their power way beyond Indian shores. But between India and Pakistan, Vikrant hardly matters because there's not an issue of airfields available in the vicinity of Pakistan, a close vicinity of Pakistan. It's just a show of power. Last time around, they tried to bring it close to us, but like I said, that dynamic as ever, Pakistan Navy was alert. And in fact, Pakistan Navy was looking for an opportunity where they could go and hit Vikrant and teach them a lesson. Luckily for India that they pulled back. They can try their hands. If you recall, in the recent years, few years back, they tried to infiltrate the submarines into our, territorial waters. But Pakistan was not to be able to detect, but was in a position to destroy them. But Pakistan didn't. So all said and done, our naval frontiers, the seaward frontiers, we are a defensive force, and we have sufficient forces of all kinds, whether you call subsurface fleets, and the air naval air power to deal with the Indian threat as and when it materializes? I'm afraid my answer is no. Simply because when you're discussing India and the recent development of relationship between India, Pakistan, and between Pakistan and US, we failed to mention few things. One is the very serious pacts between the two countries, starting with logistic exchange memorandum of understanding agreement. Sorry, starting with there, which states that they can use each other's bases when required, and coming down to the last, which is Bika. If you read them and put them together in one line that says that if and when needed, United States of America will come and be with India in any conflict. It has not yet gone to that extent because the last time around, Americans initially thought that India will be able to carry the day, but it didn't happen. So therefore, they had to jump in to stop further humiliation of their so-called non-NATO strategic ally. So therefore, Pakistan must not get carried away by the recent so-called thaw between Pakistan and US relationship. US will, when it comes to India and Pakistan, will always stand with India.